What's up guys, it's Chris Heria. Welcome to another vlog. Today I'm going to be showing you my evening routine for burning fat overnight. Let's head upstairs.
Well, I'll say one thing for Chris Heria. He's consistently wrong.
Your love is rated X. That means you're extraordinary.
What's up, motivators? Welcome back. It's Kevin. This is Pure Bullfit. Now, it might seem a little bit strange to be doing a call out or a roast so soon after talking about the necessity of professional critique between professionals in the industry, but I want to draw the difference between professionals exchanging differences of opinion on training philosophy or methodology and somebody who consistently puts out bad information, jumps out of their lane, talks about subjects that they clearly don't know anything about for no other reason than to create content to be consumed so that they can push their supplements, their programs, their affiliations, and what have you. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Chris Heria in his latest video, or one of his most recent videos, on his nightly routine where he does a little HIIT before he hits the sack. I'm going to share with you not just why I think that's a bad idea, why you shouldn't be listening to him, but the actual information regarding HIIT training, doing it close to bedtime, and some of the nutrition information he tries to cover in this video. But first, real quick, as I'm stretching out, I just want to give a shout out to all of my fellow Marines out there, my brothers and sisters in arms. Happy birthday, happy 244th. And a little shout out to some of my Marine colleagues, Chris Albert over at Warrior Solagogi. He's got some great merchandise if you want to learn more about life, resilience, coping skills, overcoming obstacles. He's got a great podcast I think you should follow. If you want to support a Marine and you're looking to buy some programs, I'd go over to Alan Roberts over at Every Damn Day Fitness, former Marine like myself. Give Marines a little bit of love today. It's our birthday.
And speaking of eating dinner, your last meal of the day is so important because it usually determines whether you keep the gains that you've made that day and continue to make them throughout the night onto the next day, or lose gains if you're not eating the right things.
What? No, there is absolutely no science supporting that statement that your last meal of the day determines whether or not you lose or you make your gains. It's your nutrition throughout the day and the stimulus that you put on your body. This is just another example of how Chris Heria steps full-legged outside of his lane and talks about things he doesn't know anything about. And this is why he gets called out by folks like Alan Roberts and James Linker over at Shredded Sports Science. He consistently puts out misleading, incomplete, or incorrect information, and then we have to go behind him and clean up his damn mess. So let's get back to work.
So the things that you should be eating at night: lean proteins with as least fat as possible, and making sure you're choosing carbs that have high nutritional value like broccoli and quinoa instead of white rice or mashed.
Quinoa, Chris. It's pronounced quinoa. We're supposed to accept that this is part of your nightly routine, that you even eat this frequently and you don't know how to pronounce it. And that's my problem with these would-be fitness gurus, these nutrition experts. They talk about nutrition, they say the word, they say micronutrients, but they don't seem to know what nutrients are found in what foods, what their damn names are, where to find them, why they're useful. That's information that you could use. Quinoa is a great grain. It's got complete proteins, which makes it stand apart from other plant sources of protein. Soy is another one, but quinoa is great. It's got magnesium, it's got folate, it's got phosphorus, it's got zinc, it's got copper, it's got iron. It is a great grain. It's a little earthy. It's probably why it's unfinished on his plate. And that's the other half of the problem. You shouldn't have to look past 95% of a statement that is incorrect or incomplete in order to get to the 5% that is technically true, if not exactly useful given the context.
Into is great to do at night because it's a high intensity interval style workout using low impact exercises because they're easier on your body before bed, and the high intensity interval training style is going to ensure that you're burning fat overnight well into the next day.
Look guys, exercise is a good thing. I'm not trying to say otherwise. And in this society, generally more exercise is better. However, I got two major problems with the advice as it's given, and I'm going to call them out. So you Heria fanatics, before you call heresy on me for deigning to call out your bar star, let's get something straight. Save me this nonsense about go do a muscle up or a human flag before I listen to what you have to say. I can't do what he can do on the bar. He can't do what I can do under the bar. So let's just skip the whole nonsense about who can do what because it's not relevant to the conversation. The information is either good or it's bad. So let's stick to the science, all right? Now, my two major problems with this are he doesn't seem to understand how high-intensity interval training actually works, its effect on the body, and the afterburn effect. And I question the intelligence or the usefulness of doing this so close to bedtime. I think that it can be problematic, and that's what we're going to talk about as we watch this 4-minute routine that he put together. I don't particularly object to the routine itself if you are capable of doing the movements. I don't know that they're strictly appropriate entirely for rank novices, but that's just another problem for another day that Chris has with his material. While we're watching, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how HIIT works. High intensity interval training, it's got high intensity, works because the intensity of the exercise, your heart rate getting jacked up and staying very high with small rest periods, creates an oxygen debt. Now, a lot of these guys call it the afterburn effect or talk about how it raises your metabolism. It's actually just excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Your body is trying to return to homeostasis after intense bouts of workout. You create an oxygen debt. Now, this typically lasts for anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, and he points that out in his video that you'll have a raised metabolism for 24 hours. That is technically correct. But it doesn't turn you into a fat-burning machine overnight. You have a briefly, for an hour or 2 hours, acutely raised metabolism, and then that tapers off over the next 24 hours. But you're only going to burn an average of 7 to 15% of the calories that you burned during the exercise. So intensity matters. The advice that he gives in his video, hey, if you're having trouble, just slow down, perfect reps are more important. Well, if you're slowing down, you're not intense. You're not creating an oxygen debt, therefore you're not actually benefiting from the raised metabolism afterwards. If you only burn 100 calories during exercise and you're on average 7 to 15% or right there in the middle at 10% extra calories from this afterburn effect, your problem is that you only burned 10 extra calories over 24 hours. 10 extra calories is nothing. If you have a 100-calorie snack, you've just taken in 10 times the amount of calories that you supposedly burned with this afterburn effect. So the exercise has to be intense. That's the first problem. Secondly, if you're going to do intense workout right before bedtime, that in and of itself is a problem. Your raised metabolism creates energy. It doesn't just burn fat and that fat has no effect on your body. It has an adrenal response. Your heart rate goes up. You produce more energy. If you're producing more energy, you're going to have a harder time sleeping. 1 in 5 people already actively have trouble sleeping. And it has been demonstrated out in research that individuals who do intense exercise right before bed, who have sleeping issues already, have significantly more difficult time sleeping. This, on top of those issues, is especially exacerbating, but people who just have bad bedtime habits could also experience some negative effects and lose sleep. Why is losing sleep a problem? You don't build shit if you don't sleep. If you don't rest well, you don't recover well. If you don't recover well, you don't perform well. If you don't perform well, you do not adapt well. And if you do not adapt well, you don't make progress. And that is how doing this right before bedtime, as intense as possible, is a terrible idea. But you don't want to shortchange yourself either, or else you're not actually benefiting very much. So literally any other time of day would be a better time to do a HIIT workout. The morning, as he suggests in previous videos, unfortunately while he was talking about burning off yesterday's extra calories or reserve calories. That's not a thing either, Chris. Now, for you guys out there thinking, no, Chris doesn't actually mean do this right before bed.
You want to be able to do this at least 3 or 4 times before bed.
No, he means do it 3 or 4 times before bed. The guy is an idiot and he's talking well outside his realm of experience, education, knowledge, what have you. He shouldn't be listened to, but he puts out this information just for you to consume it, for no better reason than for you to consume it. This isn't about actually making you better. It will not turn you into a fat-burning machine. This is just my opinion here, but I don't believe that this is actually Chris's end of the day routine. I don't believe that he does all of this right before bed. He doesn't know the names of the food that he's supposedly consuming, and he hasn't experienced the very immediate and very real consequences of doing legitimate HIIT training right before bed. Half of the reason that this channel exists is to call out the nonsense that we find ourselves up to our nose in the fitness industry. There is so much bovine fecal matter out there that you can't spit without hitting a cow patty.
Christ, did a cow shit in here?
So you might not like what I have to say or who I have to say it about, but it's work that needs doing, and we put in work around here. Not going anywhere anytime soon. Just get used to it. All right, guys, that's it. That's the video for today. If you liked it, go ahead and smash that like button. Let me know. If you didn't, I'm starting to wonder if you like yourself. Why are you still here? If you like the content, you want to see more of it, and you're not yet subscribed, like analytics suggests, about 50% of you are not yet subscribed, you know what to do. I will see you guys in the next video. Until I do, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and go fit yourself.